Hello, ciao, yo, nice people. Welcome to the stream. Hello. We are making more RPG Maker games, or well, actually the same one. We are so close though. Let me fix some little I forgot to fix the stream avatars. I kinda want them in the bottom. Okay. That's better. Here, okay, here we have them. And hello, dear 4, welcome to the stream. Yeah, dev. Yeah, I'm happy that recently I'm developing pretty often. That's why I'm continuing this is kinda decently well the development of this game. Unfortunately, I had to give priority to this one above Respawn Banter because for more reasons. One is the artist is kinda behind or kinda busy, but also because I feel like this project is way quicker to complete, and I really want to finish something for Steam. I don't know, I really want to have something on Steam because I feel like a big part in this is marketing, and Respawn Banter is still far from being done, so a project that at least can have a demo right now and is closer to be finished than Respawn Banter is the best choice. So, what are we going to do today? Today we are gonna make a character follow us. Sounds straightforward, but I want to make it more realistic. I don't want a simple, oh yeah, you follow me the style behind. No, because that's unrealistic. I want to make it slightly more realistic because I want the character to feel alive. So we are gonna need an extra programming for that. We see what we can do. Basic tileset but cute. Yeah, here I copied the default tileset but with my style, or more like however I could manage. It's the same with this and with the characters. So even without experience, I like this style because it definitely is different from the others, and it's free because I make it myself. Okay, what do? We have the player and we will have Rhea following us here. She doesn't have a complete sprite sheet for now. I only drew the first line. The others are also the old version. But we are gonna have Rhea follows. Okay, how do we want to do it? So I was kinda considering how I want to do it. I don't want the character just brainlessly being behind the others like an RPG party. Absolutely not. As I said, I want it to be more alive. So I was thinking two things. One, when you are on a certain threshold away from her, she moves towards you, but stopping at a certain distance. Even better, I could make some magnetic points, like a spot here and a spot here, for example. So if you move and she is a certain distance from a magnetic point, she will automatically go towards it and stop here, for example. So those are spots where she stays with more probability. I need to consider though how much natural it feels. I think it's fine though, right? No, yeah, maybe the problem is more on the programming part. We will see. So, how do we approach this? First, let's do the basic thing. Let's make her follow us. That's simple. Okay, so I need to make it on a parallel process because on the route here is, I don't know, it's cool, but I want to be able to parameterize some things. Okay, so we have it. Move this event in code. Okay, we could make this towards player, but this works awfully, so we need to make it in a code way. There is always this code I need, but I forget how it's called. That's why I'm opening this Excel called stuff I forget. And here we have exactly what I'm looking for. I'm starting to save in here all the stuff I check all the time but always forget. Well, not as if I could remember this one at heart. It's not super hard though, move straight. Maybe the underscore event is a little tricky. Event ID, find direction towards the game player. That's this simple. This one does only one step though, but for now we can see. We can make a test right away. Let's see. She doesn't move, maybe because it's not a parallel process. Okay, though, first it's still not moving. Ah yeah, because I forgot to mention what is moving. So game map event, this event ID is moving straight towards the player. Okay, we are having a little problem. Oh, hello Zephyr. It's not a miss. Well, not really miss, though. Those are more like chibi characters. That's kind of the best art style I can manage on my own, alone. Also, why is it zoomed? Ah, okay, because it's also getting the game. Well, looks pretty good zoomed, but here, we are gonna zoom it for a while. I'm sorry. Okay, she's following us, but definitely not what I want to do. Not the final result I want. Gives me an idea to make a legally distinct me horror game. Ooh, I'm surprised I never saw any me horror game around. There has to be at least one though. That's a good concept actually. Yeah, they are chibi. The chibi also is a kind of a trick because the game is not as cute as it seems. Even if it's not a horror game. It's a secret. Not really, but I'm gonna keep it reserved. So, if we remove the weight, she will move towards the player. That's classical. Here, we could make that she stops at a certain distance. But first, we need to do something because this is a parallel process, but we need to be able to talk to her. So we need to make another parallel process which controls her. Even better, we can make all the logistic here in the common events. So here. So area movement or itinerary probably. Okay, here. And now we can move everything on the core parallel process, and now she can say whatever she wants, like hello view chat here. That's a thing she would say, so it's not really totally random, I promise. Okay, now this one starts only if we have a parallel process. We need to activate it through a switch. We can have reamming. We can call it reamming, okay. We can activate it by default just for testing. Okay. Now we have Rhea moving and she still talks. Oh, hello Fortuna State. Stop attacking me! What did I do wrong? Also, Rhea is not moving anymore. She still loves chat, but why doesn't she move? Parallel. Ah, this event. I need to set the Rhea event. Okay. Here we have it. Hello, how is it going, Fortuna Street? We are programming the waifu that follows us. Here. Of course, what else would I do? That's not as straightforward, I want to say, but I'm gonna still keep it secret. Hello, Rhea, follow me. Okay. I think the slow movement piece is fine. We need to tweak everything, like the distance to trigger the movement and the distance to come nearby. And the gravitational points, even. Why is always chat and not dog? Because I have a chat, not a dog. That's what I have. I'm also like, with my cat, I'm not really even that close. We are like a roommate. I feed her when I need, but nothing more really. After like 10 years, she still doesn't trust me. Well, makes sense. I sometimes forget to give her food, so it's a little detail. Okay, before starting we need something. We need to elaborate, to calculate the distance from the player. Because we don't want her to be this clingy, like... Oh! I did it by mistake, but here you can see Rhea in the background. Hello, Rhea! That's her. That's why we need a condition, and we need a variable to keep track the distance. So we can have dist from player. And if it is above a certain threshold, she moves. So she will always keep the same distance, right? We could have different parameters though. Like, I may want to move her if we are very far away, but she stops closer to us. Here instead, she only moves if we are 4 tiles away and stays always 4 tiles away. So we can do something different. We can make a loop where she moves until she is at the right distance from the player. So for example, she starts moving only if she's 6 tiles away or more. Starts moving in a loop until she's at least 2 tiles from the player. Very close. We can make it 3. Okay. Break loop. The important part, of course, is this value is higher than the other one, or maybe we will have an infinite loop. Not really infinite, but yeah. We don't have this value. We need to calculate it. I think it can't be that hard, right? Right. So we just need to have some sort of calculation. We could even use that. We can even code in the plugin. We can code here, but in the plugin maybe it's more straightforward. And more readable, probably. So, here we have it. Explosion! Ah, my face is exploding! It's fine, it's fine. Thanks for the explosion. I'm distracting for a moment and everyone is fighting in chat. Don't attack each other. Yeah, hug each other. Good job, good job. Oh no. What have you done? Not the wife for Russian roulette. No. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I was considering reducing the price even a little more, but here. I had to be honest, I removed a bunch of pictures because they were not safe for Twitch. So, not a lot though, I try to keep most as I could. So let's go with the Russian roulette. Let's see what comes out. So, after this we have... Natsuki, okay, we got a safe one this time. I even forgot I had one. I actually have too many pictures of those in my computer, so I'm always... No, shouldn't be an... Okay, this is an extra, but shouldn't go on the next one. And we have Kurizu here. Oh, okay. This time, today was pretty safe. I don't think it will be next time. I should reduce the price though, because it's only a single waifu. I'll trim the folder by half. No. I saved them in another folder. I can even show you the folder of the content. I swear it's... where is it? I called it too spicy. Here. Those are the pictures I removed. And also pictures of Stefania, because they were pretty well, spicy as well. I didn't remove many, I swear. Yeah, those are the pictures. Okay. I'm not showing anything more. If anyone wants more, they need to pay! Just so we can keep the Twitch money. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot. Also, I probably need to... I probably need to tell that I got those money to pay taxes. I need to pay taxes on top of that. Chat, is this real? Okay, returning to the game. In the meantime, I will see if I can reduce the price for the waifu roulette. Okay, I think 650 is enough. You pay double price, but we got 2 by mistake, so it's fine. Okay. I should really put some order here, but let's see. We can have simple calculate distance from player. We should probably have the event ID. And now we call the function here. And how do I this? Okay. And I need to give us a parameter this event ID. Okay. Oh wait, we don't have this event though. No, it's wrong. Explosion. So everything exploding, and I'm loving it. That's why we have explosions on stream. I should, you know, maybe make bigger explosions, but to be honest, I don't. Boom! Yeah, that's more like it. Never mind, who needs more explosions? We have those. I love interactables. Thanks. I love them as well. Just I try to avoid the most invasive ones because I still want the stream to be watchable later, or to extract some clips if needed, even if I don't. That's why I only have the explosion, and it's not super cheap. Actually, we had a channel reward that reduced the price of the explosion like 3, 4, 5 years ago even. Before it was like double price. This channel needs fairy throw in my face. Well, I saw some VTubers that had yeah, there was like a Felky that as a reward where they threw stuff at him in the face, like a metal pipe. I don't have fairies though. I'm kinda lacking in that department. Okay, there is a little mistake here because now it references itself, but it's a parallel process. It should refer to Rea follows. For now it's number 14, but we might need to change the value later. For now, let's keep it 14. And later see what to do. We can do it even here, event ID 14 by default. So, now this one calls the function we are about to create. Select the event 14, which is Rea. And now, based on that, we see how far it is. How do we do it? Good question. So we can have game map events number 14, or in this case number event ID, and we get the coordinates x. We get event x and event y. And we got the coordinates of both of them. Now we need to compare them with the player coordinates, which is simple. So we have the difference in the x coordinate and the difference in the y coordinate. I never use event IDs as hard value. Well, I do. It's pretty convenient in functions as long as this value is not global, because it of course will mess up everything. That's why I recently learned, well, I learned in my game for the game jam. I always learn something new in a game jam. I learned to use let, so the variables don't clash with each other outside from this. Fairy Throw is with Karasum Bonk. It only works with VTube Studio. Well, I don't know, I was thinking about having a VTuber model, but to be honest, I don't put a lot of effort on preparing the streams, because I prefer to put effort in game development. Like, I don't treat Twitch as my career. I treat it as a a secondary hobby after developing games. If I want to put and invest money somewhere, I would do in the games. Even if I wouldn't mind doing it also on stream. Maybe if I have more money, when I get rich, I will definitely do it. At the VTuber model, realistic. Yeah, it's so 3D, it seems real. Yeah, same. I stream for fun, not fame. Yeah, that's why I never incentivize subscribing. Thing I see doing very often, even channels with my same user base. The most call to action I do is to join the Discord, but that's about it. Also because if I like ask for subscriptions, I don't know, I feel like I might drive some other people away. So even if I didn't want to, or even if I did want to focus entirely on stream, I would still ask for subs only when I get a big amount of followage, at least as a tactic. Still, I don't care about money for now. I forgot how to, okay, here, Game Player X, super convenient. Bomb, do bombs work? You know what, here, we have bombs, yeah. Twitch takes like most of the subscription money, never worth it. Yeah, honestly though, depends. Oh yeah, that explosions. You know what, I should make them automatic, you know. Oh, I got a pull for Zephyr, here. Give me a sec. Honestly though, maybe the subscription adds up when you have a lot of followers. Maybe now they don't really add too much, but when you have like 10,000 followers, you get a lot of money really fast. Though it's a dream, and it's very hard to reach that point. Let's see. You got the gacha and you got Cosmos. Okay, now you can change the avatar you have here on stream. And Cosmos is a character from a very, very interesting event we had in the Italian community. It was like Gartic Phone, but with making a game. The first developer, Zoro, made the first part of the game with the protagonist, which was Cosmos. Then it passed the game with the next developer, telling them the bare minimum, which made another character, still using Cosmos in another area. Then the duo continued the venture in the third, to the third developer, and I was the fourth developer. And I did a big mess in a positive way, in a very memorable scene. But unfortunately, the game is not really made to be published because in the second half it gets very messy. But I was considering on publishing only my part after translating it, because it was pretty unique. I made a battle system entirely on grilling. I made an entire battle system on grilling stuff. That was epic. I really needed to publish it sometime. Okay, so to calculate the distance we need... I want a simple one actually. I want a vertical distance plus the x distance. So it's simple. First we calculate the x distance. Event x minus... Oh, no, not loot box. Minus the player x. This one though needs to be not negative. So needs to remove the sign. Sorry, I forgot the streamer mode. Weird, it should be by itself. Okay. So now we got the absolute x distance, and now we get the absolute y distance. And with this we get the total distance from the player. And now it should work. Let's see. Hello Danix, yeah, I saw you on Discord, I forgot streamer. Oh, it's lagging, yeah, because it's running this each frame. She needs to wait. My computer is a little busy now. I maybe asked for too much. It's still busy, computer. What's going on? Let me terminate it. Weird, RPG Maker is still activated. Let me terminate it. Okay. I wonder why. Okay, now it will wait. So we won't have the extra lag we had. Here, Rhea is moving. And she stops right here? Huh? Huh? Okay, no, something is not right. So I get a distance and we get a number, right? We should see what the number is. So we move the value to a single variable and call it after. So then we can show it. Now we can check what the value is. So 8. No, it's not showing. It's not printing anything. Weird. Why it's not running anymore? Yeah, because this value only gets defined before. In the loop it doesn't. So we need to update each time in the loop. Okay, okay. Now makes more sense. Here, she stops at right distance. And also we can move around and she doesn't really move until we get further away. Yeah, I like it, I like it. We still don't have the full animation, but... yeah, works. As an extra touch, even if I will add a lot of extra touches, because I feel like it's important to feel more realistic when I can. So here, she will turn towards player and place a weight so it won't turn every frame. And now, even if she's still now, she will turn towards the player. Okay, and not instantaneously, which is actually fine. I think it's fine, okay, okay. Maybe it should be a little more slow even. We can add a little more slowness, because I think it feels a little more real. More real. Yeah, it's her name. Okay. We got this. Now, this is cool and all, though there will be some problems. Before even doing the gravitational... oh yeah, let me show the walls. How do I do the walls? Here. Okay, for now we will see the fence because it's not loading. It's not loading. Oh, come on. You couldn't see the fence because I did a script change which loads a different tileset than the one we use here for reasons, because I use a different resolution. I don't know how to make a wall. Come on, please tell me this one blocks you. Ah, it doesn't, okay. Okay, now makes more sense. So, she follows us, and yeah, you see the problem. You see the problem. She stops right in the middle. Right in the middle. Rhea, move away. I love you, chat. Yeah, what about me? What about me, Rhea? Let me pass. The player, of course, is not blocked because he can move away and she moves towards, but it's kinda annoying. Also, even worse if the player is in a very... also, it's not working properly, I see. I thought it was better, but... ah, okay. Also, it's worse if you are like here, and... yeah. You're stuck here. You cannot move away enough to move her around. So we need to Do something better. Well, the gravitational point maybe could be the answer. She doesn't like you. No, that's canonically wrong. She loves everyone. Everyone. Yeah, you included. So... maybe just a... I don't want us to stop in the middle, so we can have some region tags. So for example, I could have a tag here, or oh, not too much. A tag here, even before here, and something like here. So if she's here, and the player approaches too much, she will return back to the previous one. Everyone but you, she's reverse Monica. Well, she's kinda similar to Monica in some ways, but at least I appreciate that people treat her as a different character, so it's going pretty well. Let's say she is proudly the reason why I define myself the meta master. You will see eventually. Who knows? Okay, now what do? We don't want Rhea to stop on those, or she could stop on those, but if we get close, she should go away. She should return back. Because it's very annoying if she stops here. Also, we saw her how she got stuck here, so I wonder if we need a better pathfinding. Like, she goes here. What if I go here? Yeah, you see, it doesn't work. She tries to go here, but yeah, doesn't really work. So maybe for areas like this we should implement some pathway, some, I don't know, node points, however they are called. For example, I should have a variable that says if I'm here or not. So if I'm here, the Rhea will first try to reach my area, like area based. I don't think it's really important for the other parts of the game, but just for the bigger areas like this, for example, we can have... Oh, Stay Soldier! Welcome to the stream, how it's going? I saw you were making some more pixel art. Nice to see you again. Yo! Oh, good emoji. I love it. Oh, you have a lot of I see. We are here program. Oh, we have explosions. Yeah, Buffalo. Someone flew away. We are here trying to program a character that follows you, but in a more realistic way. Stays on a bit distance and follows you only if you go too away. For now, though, we are having problems on tight corridors, like, yeah, move away. But I have an idea on this. More pixel art and experimenting with some roguelite. Oh, roguelite? You're doing... Oh. Yeah, I don't see a lot of roguelike or roguelite in RPG Maker. That's definitely interesting. Also, with the graphics as good as yours, it will definitely... Yeah, I'm pretty curious now. Oh, so how do we make that Rhea doesn't stop on those? I kinda have an idea. So, she stores her position each step, but doesn't when she walks on those. So, if the player is very close to her, she will return back to the previous safe area. I suppose that can't be this hard, right? So, before each step, she checks if she is on an event ID where she shouldn't stop. How do we do it? You could have the main function here, get location info, but we need to get the X and Y of... Well, maybe we should still get their coordinates, right? We can use those. X and Y gate. And we need a region ID. Saved on... Okay, never mind. We need too many variables. We are doing it the code stuff, the code way. Here. And maybe it's even simpler. Here. No, terrain type. Region ID, yeah, it's right. Here, game map, region ID, XY, super simple. So, before each step, we do a check and see if the game map region ID of X and Y is equal to, we can use 1 for now. Or in the case if it's not equal to 1. We need the coordinates here, but we already have those, right? Here, game map, events, event ID X. I was hoping it would be shorter, but here. X and Y of the event ID 14, but we may want to change it in the future. Okay, if it's not 1, we will store the coordinates. So now, yeah, maybe now we need the variables. So, rea X, rea Y. And it's simple, right? We can get the data from here. Character, area follows, map Y. And same with the X. Okay, it only saves if she's not in a spot where she shouldn't be. Now, I want that if the player is too close and she's on a tile where she shouldn't stop, she goes back. For that though, we may want to reduce the waiting she does. Okay. So, we can have the same check. Now first we get the distance from the player. If it's less than 2, it's one tile away though. Maybe we should make it a little higher. Okay. If the player is 3 tiles away or less, we check if she is on a tile where she would block the way. If she is, she needs to return back. She needs to go on a specific coordinate. Find direction to game variables 1 and 2, or whatever name they have. Since we stored the safe coordinate on those variables, she needs to return exactly that. 204, 205. And now she should return back. Oh, do we need anything else? Yeah, this one needs to loop until she reaches the point. So, loop. This one repeats. Or we can make until she reaches a point where she's not on the tile anymore. Even better. Should we make this in a loop? I think we can make the loop outside to avoid repeating the same condition. The idea is that instead of losing the game after losing combat, you respawn in the hub and you can improve your character. Ah, so it's not really a roguelite then, right? Since roguelite it's like more randomized stuff. It's more like a hub with power-ups, right? Let's see. In debating if the player loses the resources they spend to improve the character upon leaving, in order to discourage players from deliberately dying in the first level or to keep farming resources. Well, it literally remembers me a game for the game jam I played. It was probably like die twice, something like that. And the meta of the game was just losing. because each day you get the gold from taxes from your city. And you get no reward in going forward in dungeon. The dungeon had like 10 floors with 3 battles each floor, and you get no rewards since every time you lose every item and level up. So the meta is just enter, die, get taxes, power up the taxes, and repeat. Even if the concept sounds nice, the player will always find the exploit way or lazy way. So a thing I want a lot of developers to consider is not just which is if the player has a shorter path which is not intended, but even like a lazy path. How to say? For example, okay, I don't have a lot of examples, but now that's another argument. I don't really want to delve into that, but yeah, I feel like I can give you a lot of suggestions since the argument is pretty vast. Vast, got the joke, vast. It's pretty vast, so everything can work if done well. So I would say to experiment or maybe try to see opinion from other testers or other people, or just see if it works. In Rogue Legacy, there is a person on the start dungeon that takes all your gold if you don't spend it. Well, as long as it makes sense and the player doesn't feel too much robbed of it, I think it works, but a lot of games do that in a way. What was I doing? Ah yeah, I wanted to insert everything in a loop inside here. So now, if Rhea is close to the player, might want to start a loop. And if Rhea is in a place where she shouldn't be, she moves. Otherwise, breaks the loop. Nothing happens. Happens like 2 times every second, so definitely not making it heavy for the game. Okay, let's test it, shall we? I remember playing the pit for RPG. Ah, the pit! Yeah, I remember the pit. I played it as well. That was a pretty interesting concept. Though I didn't play a lot of it. Didn't dislike the progression. Yeah, I felt like I was a little stuck at the start because you start with low health. So I felt like it was kinda punishing not having starting with low health since you had to avoid every battle. Let's see. Oh, she was back. You know what? We could make her faster even. When she returns back, maybe she wants to get faster. So, change speed. Faster. And normal speed is low. So we should do it maybe here. Normal speed, slower, right? I don't remember her speed. Slower, perfect. So the player doesn't even need to wait for her. Let's see. No, we have a problem. Now she doesn't because she needs to wait an extra step. But I think it's just we can do the skip if you cannot move. Yeah, otherwise she might even get stuck anywhere else. Let's see. We go here. She counts for us. She's low, but doesn't matter. Now we have to go away, and she turns back. Okay, okay. Oh, that's awesome. See how considerate she is. Yeah, the sprite again is not any. We don't have any frame animation, but yeah, that's cute. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, we got most of it actually. We still have problems with the pathfinding since she tries to follow us even if we are here. Also, I may want to try the gravitational points where she stops here. I definitely want to try the gravitational points. First though, we need to try something else, which is even more important, probably. Following us inside. Do we have an inside or... Oh wait, oh, we have a problem, it's lagging. Okay, what the hell, RPG Maker? People, I forced stopped OBS by mistake instead of RPG Maker. Okay, listen, they have similar icons, okay? Don't blame me. Blame... honestly, I don't know who to blame either. Never mind, blame me at this point. Just for now. Just for now. Okay, so RPG Maker closed. We can see now the issue. If we want to have Rhea in other maps, we need to be sure that it doesn't loop indefinitely and she has the same event ID. I could use a spawn event plugin. I need to store her event ID, which is though, I think it's still fine. Now we have a choice. Or do I have Rhea on the same event ID for every map? Which I don't think it takes too much, right? Or we spawn her every time, but to be honest, it's way less problematic if I just have her on the same event ID. So here. We can delete this one, or copy it here. And have Rhea on the event ID 1. Okay, we need to change every time we reference the ID here, but I think it's the right moment to do so. Even here. Yeah, we have some numbers to change, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll fix every problem we will have later. Okay, anything else? Here. Of course, the work of replacing is never over. I should have used a variable, probably. But it's done. Here. This one, I swear, it's close. This one? Ah, wait, this one didn't even target the... Ah, okay, yeah. I think I did everything. I didn't forget anything, right? Okay. We should do a quick check to see if we didn't forget anything. Let's see. Is Rhea moving? Yeah, she does. Okay, oh. Good job. Okay, now we need to see why we had a problem before. Probably because it was stuck in a loop. Okay, maybe the problem is this. No, wait. Okay, the problem is the vent wasn't moving. I wonder if I can just remove the weight, but add a manual weight here. Like 4 frames. Let's see if it crashes or not. Okay, I think it works pretty fine. Oh. She ran away. I wonder if she can get stuck in a loop. Yeah, okay, here. This is kinda annoying. She gets stuck in a loop because she gets closer, but... Oh. Why now we have to zoom again? She gets closer, but... I wonder how to deal with this. I don't have really ideas on how to deal with this. How should I do this? That's kind of annoying. Of course, though, I still need to release a demo, so this can be fixed later, but since we are here, why not? How do I do it? Maybe... Maybe she doesn't return back, but she only does like 2 steps. Okay, maybe I get it. Maybe she just needs to walk away just to be out of the range, but not to return all the way back. Okay, that's how. So we need to have her on a specific distance from the player. If distance from player is more than 4, we can make. Or even 5. Or she is in a safe area. So if she is on a tile where she's blocking the path, then yeah, she returns back if she also is not far enough from the player. Okay, so the opposite. Okay, here. And we have it, right? And at the end of the loop, we should set her movement speed as default. Okay. I think we got it. Let's see. No, we still have the problem. Maybe we need to make the values match. If she's still 3 tiles away from the player or less. Let's see. Now? No, wait, she is definitely walking more. Ah, okay, because it breaks the loop only in one situation or the other. We need to have 2 branches and break the loop if either of those 2 conditions doesn't match. Never mind. Still the same problem. What are we doing wrong? We have a loop, which starts only if she's close to the player. If she's on a tile that is blocking the way, and she's close to the player. We can include this one in the loop as well. We definitely don't need the thing outside, right? So let's try again. So loop by default. If the player, if Rhea is in a tile where she shouldn't be since she's blocking the way, we check also if she's close to the player. Okay. And if she is, she walks away. 1 tile. Only 1 tile. Repeat the loop. If she's still on an unsafe spot, we check if it's close to the player or not. If even once those are not met, the loop breaks. So I don't see the issue. Let's see again. Definitely here is way more than 3 tiles away from the player, so I don't get why it's triggering. She moves only once towards, right? Let's make her wait a little. Yeah, okay. Just to check if one script call was enough. It means it... Ah, okay, yeah, I get it. I forgot to update the variable. My bad. Okay. Okay, of course. Second time it happens, I never learned the lesson. Here, she just moves away 1 tile. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think it works pretty nice. Heroin cursed. It doesn't work here, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you see, it works pretty nice. So if we get stuck here... Ah, she moves this... Okay. Okay, yeah, works pretty nice. Now... we need to have her inside. First though, we need to make an entire branch here, just in case she's not here. In this scenario then we create a variable to say in which map she is in. So we can have area map ID. We make it global just in case. I not it. Never mind. If I want to explain the global, maybe we are gonna lose other 20 minutes. It's fine. It's just so she stays there for a good measure of time. So now we check if Rhea is in our same map. How do we do it? I forgot. How do we check the current map? Map ID, something like that. Not this one. Wait, did I save it here? No. I should. I actually should. Let's see. This map ID. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed. Let me save it. This one. And I will save it so I will remember. Nice. Here. So, if this current map is the same as the map where Rhea is in, which is the value number, I don't know, 206. So, all this stuff only works if she's here. If it doesn't, we'll see what to do. For example, if she is moving, she will get gradually closer. We can even have a timer or something like that. I want it to be more realistic though, because it's not like after 1 minute, after 10 seconds it appears regardless of she was close or not. We should make like a calculator to see how far she is from our current position. But even make it in case if we return back to the previous map, she's still there moving. That's not easy. Because if Rhea is here and we enter the house, she takes more time, of course. But if we leave the house after like 5 seconds, she would still be here. And we don't really have a way to calculate how close, how far she went, right? Or do we? No, now we are getting very complex territory. Maybe I should do it in a much simpler way. Maybe I should just have a spawn point for each map when we return back. Maybe she just waits for us in the map. I think it's way better if we return in a map where she is in and she doesn't follow us in time, she just waits on a spawn point like this one. I think it's the best solution. Not only that though, because if she is 2 maps away, I kinda want her to move closer. For example, let's consider the garden here is another map, and this is the map change. If from here we go here, she starts to move, or at least waits for dot frames. But if we enter again, she needs to move 2 screens. So maybe we need to wait more for her to come, like 30 seconds. But if we go away after 20 seconds, she should be here. But how do we do it? We need to store the maps that separate us from her. For now though, we keep it simple, but later I will see if I can make it more complex. Definitely a worthy challenger. Okay, so what do we do? I have already an idea. Also, it's worth considering that this map doesn't really have a loop. Like, the only one maybe I see is you enter here, you leave here, and you re-enter from here. But you don't unlock it right away. But usually no, this map is usually made as a tree, like a tree graph. We should keep it simple though, even if I still want to get fancier it. So, what is my idea? When the player changes map, which we will delegate to a common event, which will elaborate everything that we are doing. Am I getting complicated here? I'm probably getting complicated. And we keep it simple, right? If I make big money with this game, I could even consider making it a little more complex, okay? But for now, we keep it like this. Okay. The only thing we need to do then is the moment this one says that she is not in our map, we need to run once the fact that she's not here. No, it's a little more complex than this. Every time we change map, we should start a counter. Oh yeah, okay, so we can do that. Here it stores our current map, which is probably already done on a variable, right? Also, it's still in Italian in some way. I don't think I never saved the map ID in this game, because I never use it. Then I will do it here. Actually, I think it's important that we keep it here. Okay. So, long time I don't save the map ID, I see. What is the plan? This one runs like in parallel, so we need to not start a timer infinitely. Also, there's the case that we may return in the previous map before the timer runs out. We are getting into the challenging territory. I don't mind though, I don't mind. If only I had some water maybe. Just some water. Okay, give me a second, I'm taking some water. Estus water refilled. I'm fine. I hope I didn't miss any explosion while I was here. So I'm still not sure how I want to structure this, but one thing for sure, I want to check if the player changes map. And also want to check if the player changes map again in the meantime. So we are going to do this. we need a second variable to store to store what? To see if the map where we are waiting did change. We need to check if this the map changes. We don't need a second variable though. So we already have it here, so we can make a condition and check if the map ID is the same as the game variable. 18, right? Yeah. Now, for as long as the map ID is the same, we are gonna wait for Rhea for a certain amount of time. How do we have? I think we can have a safe assumption of 10 seconds, right? Though the problem is, I can't really make here wait 10 seconds, because if the player returns back, the wait is not stopping. So we should do instead a loop where we wait. We can make a wait of let's say 4 frames, just to not make it very heavy. Okay, we wait 4 frames, and this one lasts as long as, or 1, the time passes and Rhea enters the map, or 2, the player returns to the map where she is, or changes map completely. So we have 3 options actually. Option A, the time passes. So what do we do? First we need a waiter, a timer. So let's see. This sounds like a waiter in the restaurant though. 10 seconds, so 1000 milliseconds. No wait, this is in frames, right? So it's 600 frames, okay. We can call it waiting, sure. And each time it decreases by the time we wait, 4 frames. After this value is 0 or less, we break the loop and Rhea appears. Rhea arrives. We need to make another condition though. What if we change map? So that's where this condition comes in play. This means we change map while we were waiting. So if we return to we have two chances here. If the new map ID is the same where we left Rhea, which is 106. If we do, then nothing. We break the loop and everything, and we resume as nothing happened. Not really, we need to place Rhea on the waiting spot, but apart from that, we resume from that. If it's still a new map, that means we just reset the counter. Okay. What happens if the counter ends? Rhea will spawn in the map. Then we should also do that. Do we have a switch for that? I don't think so. So we need a switch to say Rhea in this map. To say if Rhea is in this map. So we should instead activate it here. You know what? We should change the condition. We should check like before every time we run this one. We check if Rhea is in the map. If she is, we activate the switch. If she's not, we deactivate it. Simple. And we check here if the switch is on, instead of checking again. Okay. And now we do it 106. Okay. We don't need to activate any switch here, right? Ah yeah, no, when Rhea arrives, we need to activate the switch because she's back. Even if maybe it's probably made in automatic anyway. Okay, and this one is enough because she will have this one by default here. Okay. And that's how she will appear. And we may want to have this activate only once. Oh, we see where to place it. Wait, we can do it better. For example, we can start here. We say that Rhea starts on the map number 76, and she automatically spawns there, right? Which variable, sorry? 76? Huh? Ah, yeah, okay. I should focus a little more. I was thinking about the variable ID instead of the map ID. I'm not a program. I don't know. For a moment I feel like I got inputted the wrong variable, even if I should think by myself. Okay, let's see if it works. Now Rhea only appears if the switch is on. And she doesn't. She's here. She should appear. Bomb. We don't have, again, the manual one if you want here. All for you. I may be exaggerating a little. Nah, it's fine. Oh, that's a nice bomb chain here. So the switch here doesn't activate. Why? Maybe it's still in the loop. Did the loop break correctly? So, because... No, wait. Maybe we need to activate this one even here. So here, if you change map and it's the Rhea's map, it will break. Ah, yeah, because it didn't break the loop before. Maybe it did. Let's see. Okay, let's see the problem. Maybe more truly. Yeah, I need the cursor for this. Rhea is roaming and Rhea is not on this map. Which map is she? Wait, one more. 76. Last map ID. We don't. Did we use this one? Let's see. This is map 76, right? We should then maybe print. Because I don't get where the problem is here. Wait. Else. What were again those variables? If this map... we get the problem here. I get the problem. We don't update the current map we are in. We should just place it here before the check. We don't update the map we are in, so that's the problem. We don't refresh it. Hopefully that was the problem. No, Rhea! She's not here! Let's still check the variable. 18. Map ID 76, yeah. Now map ID 76 should be the same. Let's see the switch. And it's map off. If I activate it... Well, of course she appears, but... she doesn't move though. Why are we having problems? Why doesn't she move? Why doesn't she move? Yeah. Well, I forced her to appear, so I suppose she wasn't happy with it, but still. The distance, let's check the distance. 0. Ooh. It's like it's not running. But the variable area is in this map is running, right? No, wait, maybe it's still in the loop. Yeah, that has to be it. It's still stuck in the waiting loop here. So let's see again. Wait for frames. If we waited enough, Rhea appears, but that's for later. And break loop. We should at least have a text. Okay, here, Rhea arrives. If this one resets, and if we return to Rhea, okay, so we can get some feedback. And we can reduce the wait to 5 seconds. I don't see any other problem, right? It shouldn't be stuck forever in a loop. For frame, the waiting for you reduces, and if it's less than 0, end. And just to be true, maybe we can log the variable to wait, just to see if something is wrong. I will keep it in at the screen. You won't see it, but I promise I will tell you. Map check. Wait. The problem is, it's constantly thinking we are changing map. Huh? Why? Oh, maybe because... Did I mess... Okay, yeah, I messed up here, right. Yeah. Because this is the code, the condition to see if this map is the same as the last map or the map we are in actually. So if this changed, it means the map changed. So should be in the else condition of this one here. In the mean, otherwise this one is if this map ID is the same of Rhea. That means we changed map and we return to Rhea. But only if the variable is the same. I'm a little confused, give me a sec. I feel like I streamed for 3 hours, but it's only half of the time. I just want to see this through though. So comment. Here, if the map stays the same. Then if it stays the same, there's no need to check it again, right? Yeah, this one is in the wrong spot. It should be here. Okay, now I get a mistake. And now we check if... if it's the same as Rhea or it's a completely different map. Now I get it finally. Okay, let's see. Oh, doesn't seem we changed map though. Doesn't tell us anything. Didn't tell us map changed. Huh. Why? Map ID. Ah, okay, maybe we shouldn't make the map ID update every frame, but only if the map changed. And now we update it. Yeah, that was our mistake again. Not even that. We should change it only after we elaborate what happened. Doesn't matter, okay. Let's see now. Map changed. Well, yeah, it's the first time, and now map changed. And map changed, but it's not Area's one. Why? This map ID is not the same as the one where Rea last was. But I'm not sure it's the right variable even. Did they even save the variable? It's 206, not 106. Okay, okay. That's more clear. Yeah, I love how programming, it's not a single mistake. We have 5 mistakes, so you fix one and you think, oh, now it's working. No, you need to fix it other 5 or 4 times. Rea is here! Yeah! Chat, is this Rea? Oh, why does she run away though? Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Now, we need to make the other test now. With this event 1, perfect. She's here only if Rea is in this map. Rea is roaming, that's her idea. Okay, when Rea comes to our map though, she updates her Rea map ID. So Rea in this map on, and Rea map ID becomes this map ID. Rea arrives with a big introduction. Okay, that's everything. First we wait for Rea then. 5 seconds. Rea likes to make us wait. Aha! Rea arrives! And she moves! Yeah, lovely. And now, Rea is not here, but she will arrive in 5 seconds. We should spawn her by the door, though. Okay, Rea arrives. Yeah. She still doesn't like walls in the middle, but... Okay, now we are almost there. We need to make her spawn by the door. We need to store the entrance coordinates of the player. Which shouldn't be hard. So, when we change map, we have entrance X and entrance Y. And then we teleport Rea to those variables, to those values. Which is identical to the player map X and map Y. Wait, here. Okay, only happens when we change map. We don't need it when we return to Rea, right? Yeah. Just in case we can save them, sure. Here. And now when Rea arrives, she will spawn on specific coordinates. We put Rea on specific coordinates. Entrance X, entrance Y. We need to be worried though that the player is not on those coordinates. I don't think it's a big deal, but just in case. Just in case, yeah, we should make a condition. It's actually simple, there is a code just for that, let's see. Pause, something like that. Here, game player pause. Returns true if the player is in those exact coordinates. So let's go here. If game player pause, exactly like game variables 205 and 4 was it, right? No, wait, it's 7 and 8. If the player is exactly on the coordinates where he entered, so that means, which is very reasonable, the player enters a room and doesn't move, Rea doesn't spawn as long as the player is there. I wonder if I can do something better. I think I can do something better. If Rhea is on the same tile of the player, she will move away. I wonder if there is a valid direction though. Also considering that the spot in front of the door will be always a spot where you shouldn't stop. So we may want to hard code that she moves on the side of the door if the player is there, or even if the player is not there, or just define a we should define the safe spot. Okay, for now we have this condition. Wait, I don't even know if we need it. Yeah, we should definitely have a default safe spot for the character. She shouldn't stop in front of the door. I think if we should just make her move some steps forward. I think we should also save the player direction when it changes map. So entrance direction, which is the player direction when he enters, and now when Rhea enters a map, she will move 2 steps forward. Or even 1. I think one is even enough, but we need to turn her in the right direction. Jump. Ah yeah, there is the star. Good luck with the star. If you want, there's controls below the stream. I suggest using the controls below the stream, so you don't write in chat all the time. 70. Listen, let me do a favor for you. Ah, the star went away. No, did you take it? I didn't see. No, you didn't. Too late. F. So close, yet so far. Okay, we can recheck this one because I need to. Here, okay, exactly here. Dot set direction, where we need it. Fairy not happy. I wonder if I have a fairy character for the stream avatars. I don't think so, but I don't have a fairy character, right, of my own. Definitely not. I wanted to make one, but should be after Respawn Banter. So it's quite. Ouch! Why punching me? What have I done? That's just rude. That's just rude. I have no words. Okay, a plush. Oh, a plush. Okay, give me a sec because I need the webcam for that. And I definitely, with this heat, I'm not really properly dressed for stream. Okay, here, well, since we talked about her, where is she? Ha! Here's Monica! Isn't she adorable, looking at your soul? Look at Monica every time. I also have another. Yeah, it's still Monica. It counts as one, right? It counts as one. We also have the cushion of Monica here. But wait, I can have it as my face. Oh, you know what? Would be pretty funny, don't you think? To have it as my fake face. I don't know how to keep it on place though. Explosions! I can't even hear them, but nice. She kissed me! Yeah, who doesn't love it? Smack! Smack! And I promise I will have one I will have one of Rhea as well, of this character we are using here. I promise, sooner or later, we're gonna have plushies of my character. It's gonna happen. At least I wish it's gonna happen. But never hurts dreaming, right? Look at her, isn't she very marketable? Doesn't she look very marketable? Oh, don't you want a plush like this? Okay, you know, usually when the people make plushes, they do a very limited amount because you never know how much they will sell. Though in my case I will say, yeah, make a lot of them, I will buy everyone that it's not sold. So we'll have my entire army of plushes. I don't care. Well, up a certain amount maybe. Okay. I love the Monica intermission. You know, a fun fact, this character name kinda came from Monica. Not in a very direct way, but I was in the Monica mode for Doki Doki, and where you talk with Monica all the time, right? And she told me that... no, she asked me to give her a name, since she says every person has a Monica or something like that. And the name I gave her was Morea, because it was like amore, love, just spelled in the words in a different spot. An anagram, yeah. Not even an anagram, a shift of the word. And Morea became Rea, and that's it. Which means guilty in Italian. So from love we went to guilty. That's not lovable, right? Or maybe it is in a way, right? She's just a silly girl doing silly pranks. Nothing more, really, nothing more. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were orienting the character in the right direction. So when she spawns, she also turns in a specific direction. We can do it directly in the movement route. So before she steps forward, she turns in a direction, which was set direction, and we have the variables value. Was it 209 maybe? 209 exactly. Though the dot is not enough, we need the, what is it? Game map events. Okay. No, stop. Save. Oof. That was close. Okay. So as I said, before stepping forward from the door, she sets the direction. And I will not skip if she cannot move, because if the player blocks the way... Does she even block the way? I don't know. I think I will keep it like this. Okay. Later definitely can be improved, but for now, that's what it is. Rhea arrives. And that's it, right? Do we need anything else? Maybe, wait. We should decrease the weight in every side. In every me side. No, I still need to play me side. I really want. Okay, should we come in 3 seconds and a half? Here. Oh, wait. The first time though, the direction is not set. That's why... Okay, Rhea arrives. That's why the first time she enters is a problem. But now... Here she is. Nice. And she follows me. Yeah, that's nice. Rhea arrives. And she moves away, yeah! What if I stay here? She spawns on top of me, but shouldn't be a problem. Though I don't like her staying right in the entrance. I really want her to go to a how do they call it? A gravitational spot. Like a specific spot in the map where she will gravitate towards, or more like she will stop there. I think that's all we are gonna do left for today, since we're almost at 2 hours, and but I think it's still working pretty well. So we can do that. If there is a gravitational point near her, which I don't know how to define, I think we can do it through hard coding. There are not a lot of places. So we can have it here. So gravitational spots, and we define them here. So we list them based on the map ID. I don't know how to do them. Maybe we should just make an empty one and then define them based on the ID. So, for example, map 76, this one will have a bunch of gravitational points. We have the they should, okay, yeah, we should make more than one, right? Yes. Isn't that a little complicated? No, it's fine. For example, one gravitational point is this one, 3014. And the second one is this one, 1715. While in the home, it's this, we can make it the middle, or this one, sure. 87 on map 72. Eight and 7, okay. We have the values. The values will be updated 2 times a second, but for now we keep them there, okay? So we can do that. Which priority do we want it to give her? I would say that she moves toward the player if he's further away from 6 here, like 8. I think 6 is fine. For now, let's keep it 6. Before this, we should check if there is a gravitational point, or instead of this, we should make a condition and see if there is a gravitational point nearby. For that, we might even use a function made here. We can make an identical one. Distance from gravitational point. Okay. So we need the current map ID, which we have. What do? We may have more than one gravitational point for big maps. They are called gravitational spots. You know what? I think it's way better if I define those here. Yeah, we don't even need the $sign. Okay. I may want to make it a constant, but it's a little more complex to set the value 72, right? Never mind. But it's fine, right? Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So we have the gravitational spots. Now we want in the map get all the gravitational spots. So let grav spots in map, which is the entire content of the current map ID. And the current map ID is I never remember what the code is. Oh wait, I have it here, right? This map ID. It's super simple, I should remember it, but we have it here saved, so yeah. Better. Okay, this map ID. We need first to check if graph spots in map is not undefined, because if it's empty we may have a problem. We can make that if it's undefined it will return, but we need to return a false. Okay, so it doesn't run. Oh, I forgot to bring up the chat from the other channel. I'm sorry in advance. I forgot to keep out the second chat. Should be fine. If I don't see you in the other chat, please make a mess on the chat. I will see it through stream avatars, I promise. No, I don't promise anything, never mind. Okay, so if we have something, if we have a gravitational spot in the map, like this one, then we're gonna make a loop for each of those. For equal to 0, grav spot in map, looping the I and I++. Okay, so for each one of those, for each gravitational spot, we check if they are close enough. So we should have a vicinity threshold. We have can make 8 steps, pretty generous actually, 9. And now, for each gravitational spot, we check the distance. Not from player this time, but from the gravitational spot. So, we could maybe globalize this one. You know what? Here. We can make it a little more global. Calculate distance from something. This will be the more generic one. Where we have the target 1, target 2. And we should make that that calculate distance from player just calls this one, in case we want to change it later, I don't know. Here, calculate distance from something, which is event ID and game player, which is 0. I think I'm just a... And you know what? Screw everything. I don't want to parameterize this. I don't need it, I can just manually do it here. Okay, I like parameterizing everything, but sometimes it's just unnecessary. So here, I don't care. So, we do the same thing. We have the event coordinates and the distance, and here we can just copy paste the entire thing. Distance absolute of the event x, which is this thing, and the event y, which is this thing. Also, instead of checking the distance from the player, we check the distance from the gravity spot. In this case, will be the value number I, first and second one. So instead of game player, we check gravitational spots, or we can even use grav spot in map, this one, better. We check the first value, and we check the x. Meanwhile, in the second spot, we check the y. And now we get a distance. If distance is more or equal than the vicinity threshold, then we return. What do we return? We should return more than true. We should return true and the coordinates. So gravity spot X and Y. Okay. And here, in case of doesn't work, we return the entire structure with 0, 0, why not? Okay. This one is not needed. And in case there is nothing close, we still return false. Okay, I feel confident enough on this. Let's see. So we have a condition here. Let's see. I don't think it will be complex to call twice every time. So around the map here, we make the condition here. Calculate distance from gravitational point 1. Oh wait, this one doesn't return true or not though. Ah, we can make this though. 0. The first parameter is true or not. So here, if close, if it's close, then we do one thing. If it's not close, we do all the other stuff. How much though? How much? There's a lot of extra stuff here. I should split those a little better maybe. Oh yeah, okay. Here. If not the same map. So we need to differentiate well the previous part from this part. Previous part is the pattern. This part is the waiting and spawn area. Thanks for the Paimon. I started to get a little dizzy on thinking this much, which I was starting to lose concentration. Or I was concentrated, but I don't know. I was in a trance, you know, like I was talking on my own. I was still trying to reason, but I feel like I wasn't paying attention. If that even makes sense. We are gonna stop sooner though. 2 hours of stream and I think it's enough for pure coding. Not even coding, but like programming it's called. Eventing. I don't like eventing though. Okay, so all this stuff runs if Rhea is not close to any gravitational point. If she is, then we do this. We do the same thing where we move her towards a gravitational point until she's there. You know what? We could even add another parameter, which is the distance. So we can check if the distance is 0 or not. If the distance is 0, we stop. Hoping it doesn't create issues. It probably will. I'm pretty sure it will. Oh well. So what do we have? Here, if there is a gravitational point, we don't need to calculate the distance. We just need to move her. We need first to store the values. I think we can store in a global value. Do we need to store it in a value? We definitely should, yeah, not this one though. I think it would be better to just have it here. So, current grab point is this one. And the condition is current grab point 0. Okay. So this way we store the value and we check the condition. Well, We call the function, we store the value, and we check the condition. So we don't have to call it again. So now this one moves towards the closest current graph point. The x and the y. But though only if Rea is not already on top of it. So if the value number 3, right, yeah, is not 0. Let's say more. If she's less or 0, she doesn't move. Okay. And we need a wait, otherwise it loops too much. Okay. That's it, right? Maybe she needs... I don't think we need to update the coordinates of Rhea. Well, I don't think there's a need, but yeah, why not? Okay. That's it, right? We don't need anything else. I'm pretty sure it won't be this easy, but let's see, sure. Rhea, arise. And she goes towards the gravitational spot. No, but never mind. Why don't you go to the gravitational spot, Rhea? Let's see here. Rhea arrives. She just turns towards me. Okay, what's the problem here? It doesn't seem to start here. It doesn't seem to return through here. Maybe I wrote it wrong. I can just do this maybe. I call the function here. And then check the value here. We should also console log it just to see if it works. Okay. Let's see it. Here. We have it false. It's false. Why? Did I have wrong parameters? Did I mess up the vicinity threshold? Maybe the check here? Maybe she's too far away? No, can't be. Though it's right, it's wrong here. The distance should be closer to the vicinity threshold. This may be enough to mess it up, so let's see. Come here, Rhea. Come on, come on. Good job. And now? Still false. Huh. But it should be pretty close. Let's see here then. First, we should stop a console log here because it's annoying. Okay. We need a check here. Right. Graph spotting maps. What's wrong here? We get this map ID. I don't see the problem. Let's see. It's not the... Okay. Please don't spam too much stuff here. It does. Ah, it's the timer. Okay. Rhea arrives. And it's undefined. That's the problem. Why is it undefined? Should be this map ID, and this map ID is 72, right? Huh. No wait, the entire array is empty, huh? Huh? Why is it empty? I define the values here. It's undefined. Did I mess up something on the definition of that? Come on, I just want to do this and stop. It arrives. And it's undefined again. Wait, no, maybe I should... Yeah, this is not undefined. This is undefined. What if I call this one instead? It's coming. Here. Okay. It has a lot of empty spots, but this one, 72, has some values. But it's still undefined. Why? Maybe this map ID is wrong. There has to be a problem somewhere. In a parameter at least. Rhea has arrived. Undefined. Map ID is undefined. Okay, yes, because this map ID is wrong. Because this is the script. The script doesn't have a map ID. Oof, that's kind of messed up. Sure. Is there a way to have a global map ID? Game player map ID, right? I think that's more reasonable. Yeah, maybe that's what I was missing. Also, I did it in a script plugin, so I think I never had to suffer this way. That's why I forgot. And now she goes towards me. Okay, but I feel like we are getting closer. Undefined? Huh? Undefined. I swear I had in a script that this map ID somewhere. Let's see, it was for this game, right? Probably in small fixes. Here. Quick select switch. Game map ID. Oh yeah, that's what you use. Okay. More reasonable. Okay. Why doesn't game player work though? Okay, because yeah, I don't want to delve into it, but it works. Maybe it will even works. Who knows? No. Though the map ID is right. It's still false though. 72. We should return back into logging the gravitational spots saved here. Now it definitely gets the right value, right? Okay, map ID, that's exactly that one. And it will get the exact values of the spots I saved there. Come on, Rhea, do your thing. Come here. And now. Array 1, here. Stop. Here it gives the two parameters. Why does it give false? She's definitely closer than 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super close. Maybe this one checks wrong. Oh yeah, it does, it does. Does it? Wait, does it? Let me check again, because maybe it's structured. Should be structured in a multiple arrays, but for some reason it doesn't work. No, it's an array of 1 that contains 2 values, so we take the value number 0 and we take those parameters. So no, should be right. Ah, yeah. I less than equal, less than gravity. Okay, I was a little on autopilot and I forgot the more equal or less than equal. 2 times. Rhea has arrived. And she comes to me again. Still false. Wait. It's an array of 2. 2, right? Should give an array of 1. Like this. Why it's suddenly different? I'm confused. Let's log the distance, and we should also log the game map. Where is it? Gravitational spots in map I, which I suspect it's just a single number. I kinda get the problem now, but I feel like it's a JavaScript problem with arrays. If I'm wrong, if I'm not wrong. I could, but... Wait, it doesn't even start the loop, huh? Okay, that's very telling. It doesn't even start the loop. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Not a JavaScript issue, but... Huh? Ah! Oh, come on. No. I forgot to set length. It never started. Never. Yeah, the most annoying problem is when you have multiple issues in your code. Now it should work. Please, Rhea. Why she's not moving? Error. Where is it? Current grab point not defined. Ah, okay. Probably here. What do you mean not defined? I created here! Here! Okay, first let's deactivate Visustela because Visustela doesn't tell you if you have issues. That's very annoying. Talking about me, we have this music. Not defined. What do you mean not defined? Your face is not defined. Probably here, but I defined it right before. Huh. What if I define it outside? Like false, 0, 0 and everything. Will I still have the same problem? Still weird that it happens though. It shouldn't. Rhea has arrived. Not defined. What do you mean? It's right here. Okay, definitely the script call is the problem. It's only called here and there. Did I... Okay, maybe I wrote it wrong. I think that's the most reasonable suspicion. Let's see how they write it. Current grab point. It's current grab point. Come on. What's here? Current. Okay, I only wrote it wrong here. No, wait. Here. I should be more careful on names even. Why is this so hard? Why is it programming so hard? Okay, maybe we did it. Come on, Rhea. Rhea has arrived. And wait up. Yeah, yes. Okay, we have one last thing to do. She needs to turn towards the player, as always. It's super simple, right? We do it here. Turn towards player. And we do it here. If is on grab spot. Okay. Now we have it. Rea is working. Mostly. Rea has arrived. And she calmly walks. Okay. If I get far enough, maybe... No, she win. Wait. I realize there is an issue. If the player is too far away, she will not come. So we should invert the condition. Instead of checking if there is a gravity point nearby, we need to check if Rea is close to the player or not. We don't have this condition, so we come perfectly. Though there is this one that... What does this do? I need to add comments. Yeah. If Rea is blocking the way. Okay. This shouldn't happen, but we can definitely add everything on the else condition here. If Rea is too far away. Okay. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to cut everything. Okay, if it's in this map, we don't need to have it on the else condition then. Cut this one. No, wait. I don't want to mess it up, but here, right? Yeah, that is condition of the gravity point. Nice. Should be before. So Rea in this map. If Rea is too far away. How far do we want her? I think we can have a higher number, 8. And we need a else condition now, which is not used, but we will use now. The gravity point here. And now, if Rea is not too far away from the player, it will move towards the gravitational point. You know what? I should have made some sort of folders. It's possible just with the true a condition of true. Well, too late. Okay, here I get a distance. Else we get a gravitational point. That means also the vicinity threshold. No, this can be a different parameter. Okay, now. Oh no, wait. Let's see if it works though. Okay, Rea, please arrive. Rea has arrived. She goes to the gravitational. Oh, what's with the hold, Rea? Why do you wait? Ah, because it's not in a loop, yeah. Yeah, this should not run if... I think it's still fine. She needs... It's not in a loop until she reaches the destination, because the player may go somewhere else. Though there may be a problem that if she's too far away from the player and there's a loop where she comes closer, if we change map, it might create an issue. How do we do that? We check for the distance. But we turn her. No, we should make a loop, right? I don't know. I think I have an idea, but we should make a loop here. Loop until Rea is not on the gravitational spot. If she is, we break the loop. We don't even need to turn her, because she does it later. Am I missing something? There is the weight. Yeah, we may need to break this if the player changes map. I can do it later, but it's important if I do it now. Let's see. I can just check. Oh, hello Firehawk! Welcome to the streaming! How it's going? I've been summoned. Everyone is always summoned. But I'm out of mana, so actually it doesn't happen that often. We are here trying to have a behavior for a character following the player, which is not a simple follow behind. For example, now we are determining the gravitational spots, which are spots where the character prefers to stop at. For example, a chair or something. Now I think we are done, but we need to interrupt the loop if the player changes map. Otherwise we might have issues. The simple one is to check if the map ID is different from this condition. If the map ID is different from this character map ID, which can change in the middle. So I think it's simple, we just paste it here. If the map ID is different, then that means we change the map and there is no more the character on this map. So break loop and everything. We can do the same when moving the player, or moving the character towards the player, since it does it until she reaches the character. Here, okay. I think we've done most of it. Let's see. Chilling after returning for work. Oh, that's nice. I hope I'm chilling enough. Here, let's see Rhea. After a while she appears here, and she should move towards the gravitational spot. In the center. Awesome. She should turn towards the player. She doesn't. If I move away, she doesn't follow me. Yeah, that's weird. So, if the distance is more than 0, yeah, if it's equal to 0, it means she reached the spot and should break the loop. Okay, then why doesn't this happen? Why she's not turning toward the player? Maybe she's still in the gravitational spot. Let's see if she breaks the loop. If she breaks free. Well, sooner or later it might happen, okay? Lore-wise, it's bound to happen. Let's see, Rhea. Oh! She doesn't break the loop. That means this condition... Ah, okay, yeah, because we don't update the calculations. This value is never 0 because it's determined here and never updated. But we can go around it. We could call it again, but maybe it's better to... You know what? Yeah, let's call it again. Why not? It's not that heavy on calculations. Then the solution would be to check her coordinates and see if she reaches the spot. Rhea has arrived. And break loop. She's free. Here. Does it happen all the time? We should add another condition to check if... No, I think this is fine actually. Because she starts moving but breaks the loop right before. It happens 2 times a second, so definitely won't lag the game. Rhea has arrived. And she's here, in the middle, watching us. Let's see if I go too far away. I wonder if I should... Oh. Ooh, I don't like this. she gets stuck in the loop of going forward and backwards. I wonder... Well, first I should make that some rooms have a absolute gravitational point. Like if Rhea is in this room, she will always be in a specific spot, maybe. What's the problem here? Here she sees I'm far away and goes here. But here sees there's a standing spot nearby. Why do both of them happen? So, Rhea is on the map, yes. Distance from the player is more than 8. Ah, okay, so she came close enough. I wonder... Maybe I should just make that if the player is far away, and this value shouldn't be, or should be like the same or less than this one. Let's see if the value is the same. Otherwise we make it one lower. Rhea is undecided, goes back and forth, back and forth. Rhea has arrived. Okay, let's go here. She comes and she returns back. Oof. Then the threshold is lower. I definitely could program it better, but let's see for now. What if I block her way? She comes and she returns back. No, 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 no. How do I do it? I'm confused. Because she stops 2 times before, so the distance is not the same. I should like 2 less, like 7. But I think it can be programmed better. I don't know. This part is a little hard. Oh, if I stop her? No. Let's see. Now the distance is considering the 2... No, 3 times. Never mind. I don't want to lower the number to 6 though. It's too low. So we have a problem. Rhea goes here. I goes here. I'm too far away. She goes here. After she is not far away, she sees the spot and returns here. Now I'm too far away. I want her to give priority to the spot if she's close, but maybe I should increase a lot my distance. I think I should increase a lot the distance threshold from the player, like 14, and reduce this a little, like 7. I think it's enough. Maybe even a cooldown. I could add a cooldown. Yeah, cooldown on the gravitational spots. Rhea, why are you here? What did I do? What happened? Rhea, why are you here? I didn't change anything, right? Maybe... I don't know. Did she spawn on my tile? Oh, hello Chris, welcome to the stream. How it's going? We are making a character follow us. But for some reason she's kinda undecided. She goes here. Now if we are far away... Well, now we are very far away, but let's see here. No? Ah. Still not far away. Okay, okay. I think it's fine. Now she's stuck on the... should be the couch. If I leave, she should come in 3 seconds. Rhea has arrived and she should see this gravitational spot. So yes, okay, she does. She's here, and if I go away too much, she will try to follow, right? That's all. I should be a lot far away though. Okay, she comes. If I stop here, she returns to the other gravitational spot. I think it's fine, though should be a problem now because she doesn't really move towards... move? A little down. Here, she doesn't really know the right way. This only works for the map, this map though. I wonder if I should use a pathfinding plugin, maybe it's better. I think actually, yeah, would be the smart idea. I don't like pathfinding plugins because they lag the game a lot, but the best way, the solution is just to run it once. Right? Jump, whoop, there's the star. No one gets the star because the input lag is so slow. If you want the controls below the stream. Oh, you got a star without doing anything. Nice. Or maybe the star died, I don't know. Probably the second one. So I should find a pathfinder plugin instead of doing my pathfinding because hell no, I'm not doing a path. Technically I already did one, but I don't think it's optimized at all. I should try. Let's see. I did a pathfinding technically. I think it still stinks, so maybe not. Maybe not. I will do without. Maybe I can look it outside of stream. Oh. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, though, it means though we did a lot of the work here. Another solution would have been to have different areas, like I define this as area 1, and then area 2, and if Rhea sees we are in a different area, she first tries to reach the door for the other area and then move around. I did something similar for the game of Christmas, Jingle Gates, even if it was more like a boss fight. But living with Rhea maybe could be considered a boss fight, so I think it's fine. I will try my path. You know what? I need to try. I would stop here the stream, but I need to experiment with it. Oh, I'm out of water again. No problem, I'm close to stop. So. Let's see, there is the battle logic, right? Or something more? Enemy turn AI, maybe. Check if target is in range, maybe? No. I swear, there was a one that got every time we could move towards, and probably it was also used by the enemy. Here, range array, found it. Right? No, never mind. It's movement range. Movement range. Here. Get all tiles you can move to. Okay, we can try to arrange this, and I could even make a plugin if it doesn't lag too much, but I doubt it. Oh yeah, we have dance emoji, the dance command, I forgot. If you want a custom avatar for the guys on the screen, there is the gacha out of it. If you want, I will also equip by default the first one you get. You can do it below the stream, there is the window, but I get it's on mobile might not even work. So, get all tiles you move towards. This is the code. I never tried to have a custom movement for a character. Oh, actually, never mind. I think I did. I don't remember well. Though, never mind, because... Oh, let's see if I can... Shout out to my game theory teacher, I forgot about this. This is the code that finds every possible tile you can walk toward given a range. But we can definitely adapt it into having a pathfinding. So first we should make a plugin. So how do we call it? Area knows where you live. Pathfinding. Okay, that's a pretty fancy name, I know. And we just need this. We need the event ID and we need to find a specific spot. So we need who moves and towards where it moves. It cannot be updated. Wait. Well, okay, so we need event ID, target X, target Y. We need to clean it a little because we have a lot of leftovers from the other game. For example, we can have X and Y instead of getting the cord. Oh, no, this is different. X and Y, for example, are the coordinates of the event ID that needs to find the right path. I always forgot how to reference it. Here. Game map events, event ID X. I know it's supposed to not be easy, but come on, why is the name so long every time? Okay, here, like this we get the coordinates of the event we want to move. Our adorable Rhea. We need the starting point, we don't need the hazards. Can we delete it? We may need to do some more cleaning here. The dance worked? You mean that, right? I didn't see it though. Again, if you want a RPG Maker character, there is the gacha pool here. I should have a default one though, like Harold or Raid. It's a bit cursed. I wonder how mine is. Like, dance. There is like the victory. Yeah, there is the victory dance. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, yeah, this one needs a lot of cleaning. So, let's see. We don't need the hazards, but we need to remove them later. Notes to check. Notes to check has the first value, which only has X, Y, and move. Start point? Do we need start point? No, I don't think so. Okay, I don't remember how it works. So let's see. I remember this from game theory. I studied it in university. Everyone is in the same spot. Nice, let's dance together. Oh yeah, I didn't even know you can equip the hat, but nice. Ah, you got modern Mikael. So, game theory, I studied this. It's a way to study the graphs and nodes and get the... I don't remember what, actually I barely passed. God bless my game theory teacher. So, to check the closest path, the closest or the shortest path towards a value, a node. First, with a melody stack. What is this? A melody stack, what is this? Not to check. Ah, it's the move. Honestly, I don't remember anything. What is the value? We are not using the value, right? Ah, maybe that... No. 0, 2. We get this parameter, move. Okay, this is how many distance tiles we have. We don't need this, right? We definitely don't need it. If it was here, we don't need it. Okay, so what does it do? We check each direction. North, down, up, left, right of the character. And see for each of those which is the right one. So for each direction we change. For each direction we add another node to check. So we add the node, the tile above, left and right, and down to be checked after this one. So in the left one we're gonna check the up, left and down again, and so on. We're gonna check up, left, down again of those. Of course, if we check it for the first time. Also, if I should add more comments for me of the future. You can debug it step by step. I never tried, you know. I really should start learning it. Though we are not debugging now, we are editing a previous code I had for this scenario. I had for the Dodge It Now game a way to check all the tiles you can reach. Now though I want to change it to have a pathfinding made by me. I don't know why I want, but I feel like I would trust it more. And I should use a plugin for pathfinding, never mind. You know what? Screw it. Screw it, I'm not doing all this stuff. Here. Look at me. RPG Maker and the pathfinding plugin. I'm taking someone else's work and putting it in my game. As long as it's allowed. Hello, Harold. Yeah. Never mind. This website is not working. Also, I love this picture of Harold. Never mind. Maybe it's worth it. Actually, let me save it. That's adorable. Okay, so if the forum is not working, we might have to stop now. I've been fixing the site at the moment. Well, I hope he's doing a good job, but it doesn't seem very convinced, you know what I mean. But as long as he's having fun, it's Harold. We should let him have it. I may have downloaded some master project to showcase plugins like pathfinding, but I'm gonna look online. It's better. So the idea is this. Let's see. I will stop here, but let's see if I can at least set it up. So I should do. I have an idea. If the distance from the player is more than 14, we should have it like yeah, more than 14 is fine. We, as first time before the loop, let's see. Before the loop, plugin for pathfinding. So the problem of the plugin of pathfinding, you cannot tell them to tell it to stop like 2-3 steps before. That's why we're gonna call the plugin, not wait, and while it's running we do another check. While it's running, we are gonna have another check of the distance from player. So if the distance from player is less than 5, I could say, or even less than, yeah, less than, we can have less than 4 if it's very close, less than 3. If the player passes nearby while it's running, yeah, we're gonna interrupt the automatic movement and do it on its own. For now though, we cannot change a lot, the sighting is not working, but maybe it's better if I do it my way. Hello Rhea, come here. Rhea. Yeah, come here, Rhea. No, Rhea, where do you go? Okay, I should definitely work on the hotspots. Rhea? Rhea, where are you? Rhea, come here, Rhea. Okay, maybe I should really reduce some sort of... No, I think it's fine. She just needs a pathfinding. Also, I increased a lot the distance she needs to come from. Maybe I should reduce it a little. Maybe even reduce... I need to fix a lot of things, yeah. I love you, chat, she says. Ah, Rhea, the usual. She's the same good girl. Rhea, come here. Let's see now if she gets in this other hotspot. Yeah, she does. Here it is. Okay, I think we did most of the job right. I need to fix a bunch of things, but that's what I want. A character that doesn't like literally follow the player, but almost feels alive. Very almost. Very almost. Okay. I'm gonna stop here. I went over limit by 1 hour. Okay. To end the stream, we might want to rate someone. And I'm still surprised nobody is playing. Haha, here we have one. Simply Ezio Deltarune, but it's Italian and I'm not spoiling the game. We're gonna play Deltarune tomorrow. I will explain at the start why I want to play it. Not only because I like it a lot, but it's also because I feel like I could learn a lot from the style, because in some way I try to have a funny style and everyone uses funny in its own way. So I want to learn a lot from Toby Fox. Okay, we can raid, let's see, Miss Blob maybe, yeah. If we have enough raid power. Okay. And that's everything for today. Oh, I was hoping for more raid power. Okay, yeah, here they're coming. Okay. Thanks a lot for coming by. As I said, we'll be streaming tomorrow Deltarune Chapter 3. Because I really want to see it. Again, I will explain at the start of the stream why I want to stream it so much. It's not really the normal thing, oh I like the game, no, it's way more. If you're interested, I invite you to come. And in any case, we're gonna continue developing in the next week. Thanks again for coming by, and we'll see ya whenever happens!